The Cobbler and the Financier. There was once a cobbler who was so light-hearted that he sang from morning to night. It was wonderful to watch him at his work, and more wonderful still to hear his runs and trills. He was in fact happier than the 7 sages. This merry soul had a neighbor who was exactly the reverse. He sang little and slept less, for he was a financier, and made of money, as they say. Whenever it happened that after a sleepless night he would doze off in the early morning, the cobbler, who was always up betimes, would wake him up again with his joyful songs. "Ha!" thought the man of wealth. "What a misfortune it is that one cannot buy sleep in the open market as one buys food and drink." Then an idea came to him. He invited the cobbler to his house, where he asked him some questions. "Tell me, Master Gregory, what do you suppose your earnings amount to in a year?" "In a year?" laughed the cobbler. "That's more than I know. I never keep accounts that way, nor even keep one day from another. So long as I can make both ends meet, that's good enough for me." "Really?" replied the financier. "But what can you earn in one day?" "Oh, sometimes more and sometimes less. The mischief of it is that there are so many fete days, and high days, and fast days crowded into the year, on which, as the priest tells us, it is wicked to work at all. And worse still, he keeps on finding some new saint or other to give weight to his sermons. If it were not for that, cobbling would be a fine paying game." At this, the wealthy man laughed. "Look here, my friend. Today I'll lift you to the seats of the mighty. Here is 100 pounds. Guard them and use them with care." When the cobbler held the bag of money in his hand, he imagined that it must be as much as would be coined in 100 years. Returning home, he buried the cash in his cellar. Alas! He buried his joy with it, for there were no more songs. From the moment he came into possession of this wealth, the love of which is the root of all evil, his voice left him, and not only his voice, but his sleep also. And in place of these came anxiety, suspicion, and alarms, guests which abode with him constantly. All day he kept his eye on the cellar door. Did a cat make a noise in the night? Then for a certainty that cat was after his money. At last, in despair, the wretched cobbler ran to the financier, whom he now no longer kept awake. "Oh, give me back my joy in life, my songs, my sleep, and take your 100 pounds again,"